Is it working yet? Is it working? Someone tell me. Alright, fuck me. Alright, whatever the EHRC thing is, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna have to fucking look it up in my own time, and if I want to talk about it, I'll figure out something in advance. It probably has changed fucking nothing, because if you go into the wrong toilet, that's trespass, and trespass isn't a legal matter. So presumably they're not actually banning trans women from women's toilets. They're probably just telling people. They're probably just telling business owners, you should protect single-sex spaces. You should have females go in this one and males go in that one, or don't call it men and women's toilets. Because men and women means female and male, or the other way around in the Equality Act. So probably it has changed fuck all, and doesn't matter. And if you pass well enough, it probably doesn't fucking matter, because you look good, so you're not going to get challenged in the first place. And if you don't pass and you're going into a women's toilets looking like a man, then you should use the fucking men's. Who fucking cares? So back to the girl guide shit. I don't know. It makes sense to make it female only if it's going to be called girl guiding. I still don't see why it fucking matters, even like a jot, but whatever. I wanted to quickly listen to this woman from this Cambridge thing again, so I guess we'll do that. I didn't want viewers anyway, so if people keep fucking leaving because it crashed, then I don't know, fucking who cares. I don't know, like the stream.
I unfortunately agree with the proposition that the current LGBTQ plus.
What happened? Every time I go on a news site, it crashes my OBS because news sites are incredibly like CPU intensive for literally no fucking reason, except maybe they're covered in adverts or something. So I just can't read the fucking news, basically.
Plus activism is failing its community, and I think if we just.
You definitely won't get challenged if you don't. Well, I can't read news to disprove that, but literally that happens all the time now. There was a woman that was banned from a bunch of gyms in London because she challenged a trans woman. There have been people who have been challenged in toilets in the US who weren't even trans, but they looked like butch. So that absolutely is not fucking true, but okay.
Start with the construct LGBTQ plus construct from an a priori sociological analysis, then it brings to the fore that it kind of glosses over the power relations that it.
Yeah, I could look on Twitter, but it's going to be full of just the dumbest takes on both sides. Do I use adblock? I think I do. Oh no, I don't anymore because it stopped working on YouTube and that's all I used it for. And I have premium.
Exist within the different segments of the LGBTQ plus community, the queer community. For example, so if we take the transgender community, the T of the construct, and we take the upwardly mobile
Right, well, if you know, why did you say definitely, knowing it's not true?
urban upper caste in the Indian context, white in the Western context, gay constituency. Now you'll see that the former, which is a transgender community, when they try to give expression to their feminine self, for example, they face multiple challenges. They are located at multiple and intersecting margins. They lack cultural resources, they lack economic capital, they lack parental resources, their parents, their families abandon them.
But yeah, so far, trans people in general tend to lack power on average. Not much money, not much ability to affect change. So where I'm going with this is like, when they do want to affect change, when they do have power, when they do have money, it's people like this motherfucker. So that's why this is relevant.
The state has no interest to take care of them, so they essentially face necropolitics. And their everyday life is embedded in precarity, in violence, and compounded precarity, violence, and stigma. There is
I mean, if you're saying you're not likely to be challenged, maybe, but the thing is, people are more aware of their rights around this kind of thing now. And really, the best way to deal with it isn't to challenge the person directly in the toilet anyway, it's to complain to the business and ask them to do something about it. And then if they don't, then you might have a case with based on the EHRC shit. Although, I think if you just see a trans woman in a toilet and then complain to the fucking government directly, it's probably not going to go anywhere.
a story it's an autobiography by
What do you mean when you say macro politics? I can't remember what that meant.
Revati, who's a trans woman. And I'll suggest if anybody is interested in this issue should read that, because the way she tells her experiences of trying to live as a trans woman and the harassment, the everyday routine harassment that she has to face. Absolutely. I'm just taking one.
No back and forth.
I'm taking one constituency and trying to highlight the power relations. And therefore, their predominant mode of survival is begging and sex work. Now, if you take this and compare it with the upwardly mobile gay constituency that I spoke about, they have compounded privileges. Of course, their sexuality is what they face marginalization at. But many of them also have a cisgender privilege, which allows them to navigate.
I mean, so she's talking about like India, I'm guessing. It's kind of different in the UK because it depends on what kind of transitioner you are. So largely you get, like, this is what I mean. I use these kind of this person as an example a lot. You get a lot of younger trans people who haven't really had time to have any kind of career. Might have like additional mental health issues, presenting additional challenges. Don't really have any power, don't really have any money. Don't necessarily have much in the way of prospects for either of those things. So the ones that you tend to hear from, especially in like trans rights contexts, are very much people like this who are already successful, already rich, already well endowed in, you know, assets and stuff like that, already well connected. So they can just insert themselves straight away. As soon as this person came out as trans, they were a so-called trans advocate. What's the word? Ambassador. So what was this? What was the date on this? Let me just
What's going on?
Casey Johners is bad. I might need to do more research in that way. Like, even if they're right about some stuff and at least are putting a decent message across. Oh, okay. Even if they're putting a decent message across. She's not talking about cis women, she's talking about like gay men versus trans women. What does Neves do for the community? Well, someone like Neves goes around to like businesses, like educating them on trans, which I don't really see as necessary. Seems like a waste of money. Honestly, I'd rather see more businesses. It's actually Martin, if you want to be specific. There you go. There you go. There you go. The mess of an interim report. Yeah, it's still draft guidance, isn't it? I'll look in my own time, and if it's worth talking about, then I will. But it really doesn't change anything. It really doesn't actually fucking matter very much because the law was put in place in 2010 and has been clarified. But yeah, this kind of person, like, I would rather, honestly, I would be pissed off if I worked somewhere and they paid someone like this to educate people about trans. Like, use that money to like fucking pay people better. Use that money to help the people do their fucking jobs better. Like, give a shit about your fucking people first and foremost. Instead of fucking filling this fucking person's pocket. They don't need more. This person is already successful. Yeah, when did they start calling themselves a fucking trans ambassador? I know, I'm sure here was
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
What are you doing in my
transgender
bathroom?
Dude, they came out as trans. a month before this video, and they're calling themselves a fucking transgender ambassador. Like, fuck off with that shit. And their first night out as a trans person was a charity gala evening. Like, it's fucking grim, bro. It's fucking grim. That's my point. These are the people running shit. These are the people pushing all these, like, bullshit rights things that don't fucking matter. Like, whether trans girls can join the Girl Guide. I need to listen to a bunch of, like, speeches and shit like that, I guess, and see what they actually talk about. But I happen to remember, business networking event as a woman. This person is already connected and successful. These are the people that can go on the radio to announce that they're trans now. Like, why? What is the need? I don't want this kind of representation. How is someone like this going to relate to, like, average trans people just trying to fucking get by?
We've got a really momentous day for me today because it is the day that I changed my name. Woohoo!
And you needed to announce this on the radio?
I will no longer be Martin Neves and I will be Katie Neves. So what I'm basically doing is changing it by deed poll, and not a lot of people know that with deed poll you don't have to do it through a solicitor. You can actually do it through a website called freedeedpoll.org.uk. And
you could just print a fucking thing off. Jesus, what is going on here? Who is this person? Oh, I don't know.
With that, you can just basically put in your old name and then your new name and then your two witnesses, names and details, and then print off as many as you need, get them all to sign it, and that's it. Well, apart from sending it then out to
all the upper class people at that event out 100 quid each. They could have built some sort of fund for pro-trans folk. Yeah, true, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure, listen, much as I loathe to do this, I'm sure I remember, like, Destiny years ago talking about how, like, people like ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube and shit actually don't do fuck all, like, politically. They don't do anything with their resources and their newfound fame and stuff, you know. I mean, Philosophy Tube is terrified of talking about politics, like, full stop, as we've seen when they talk to fucking Navarra media. Bizarre.
To all the people who need to know. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So anyway, I need two witnesses. So bingo, I have two witnesses. So who have I got? You might have guessed by the name behind here, but I'm not at home. I'm actually at BBC Coventry in Warwickshire. So my first witness is a BBC radio presenter called Vic Minette. Hi, Vic.
All you homeless trans kids, do you find this relatable yet?
Hello there.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting. Vic is my name now, although seeing you sign things, I quite fancy going for my showbiz dream of choice, which is Dame Muffy Spangles. I've always quite fancied being that, so if it is really easy to do the forms, maybe we could reciprocate one day.
Well, I'll willingly be your witness if that's the case, but you're being my bridesmaid today. So
I certainly am, and it's a real honour. Thank you so much for asking me.
You're welcome. No, it's great. So as your time as a radio presenter, you must have done all sorts of weird and wacky things. What's the more unusual things?
Man alive, this year has been a year of doing loads of stuff that...
I hate this trans grifting. You try to be a member of society and be taken seriously as a person, but some strange person who would have been considered creepy if not trans or a rat. Well, yeah. You don't really, when you're a member of whatever group, you don't really get a choice over which people fucking have tons of money and connections and astroturf themselves as, like, a representative and as a thought leader and shit like that. Yeah, I'm sure Philosophy Tube has done, like, speeches at, like, Pride and stuff like that. I should watch some of that shit. I reckon I could do a lot with this kind of bougie fucking activist shit that doesn't do fuck all for most trans people. I mean, like I said, that person is too scared to talk to fucking other leftists about politics and isn't a leftist in the first place, so I don't know, man. That's the thing. We need to start. It's not about punching left. It's about punching from the left. I think that's fucking very necessary at the moment. What we need, listen, this is like trans activist shit. We need to fucking decapitate it, quite frankly. It's the head. That's where the problem is. It's the very top. It's all the fucking bougie fucking dickheads at the top Cut that shit off. That's what we need to fucking do.
Other people just don't get to do, like driving at 144 miles an hour in a Porsche on the ring road and being...
And do you know what really sucks is that a lot of these like poorer, more desperate trans people who probably do deal with a fair amount of like adversity, unlike someone like Katie Neves, who we'll get to. We'll get to what I'm saying about that. But like, a lot of them get fucking gaslit into thinking that these are the people you need to be like listening to and following. It's fucking disgusting. It's so gross.
On top of the Cov City bus.
Wow.
When they brought the trophy home and stuff. But This is kind of nice because this feels it's
for-profit companies, that activism. What's an example of one of those companies? I can look into it. I absolutely do want to write something about this. I think the girl guiding thing is a good in to talk about what I really want to talk about, which is these kinds of fucking people.
momentous for you rather than being momentous for Vic. So that's kind of exciting being part of that.
Yeah, nobody else gives a damn. It's just me. It's all about me. Well, you can add this one to the list now, Vic, can't you?
Yes.
So, brilliant.
You know what I did when I changed my name? I went into my shitty fucking cafe job where people were fucking cunts to me on a regular fucking basis. And I asked my manager to sign it, and he did. And then I came out on Facebook.
And well, thanks very much for agreeing to do this. And then my second witness is
I didn't bring a fucking microphone and a camera with me, that's for fucking sure.
my very good friend, Sasha. Okay, Sasha Owen. So, Sasha, do you want to tell the viewers...
Definitely a crossy. There is no way this person is trans. This is like crossy as fuck.
How we know each other.
Yes, it's a very interesting story. I joined a breakfast group.
They always sound the same. Why do they have the exact same accent as well? Where is this person from?
Each other.
Yeah.
Hey, Sasha Owen. So, Sasha, do you want to tell the viewers how we know each other?
You just know this person didn't grow up fucking this person. Not like I did, but like, not like I'm saying that I did, but you know these people didn't want for much as kids, you know, listening to them now.
Yes, it's a very interesting story. I joined a breakfast group through a friend called Anne.
Yeah, Philosophy Tube. When they what was their thing? They were funny about the Israel-Palestine stuff. They really don't like giving much in the way of actual take. And that scans really well with their content because a lot of it is just kind of hinting towards certain positions and then cutting the video off before they actually say anything of note. Oh, I see the Mandalorian person now. Crazy. I do really want to watch the video. Oh, we use stealth at work. Oh, wow. Fair enough. Listen. You're able to be stealth. I respect it, to be honest. I don't think it's necessarily dishonest or anything like that. Oh, what was it? Shit. They all met at the same cross-dressing parties, decided to make it their personalities. Yeah, Katie Neves was definitely a crossy. Beaumont. Yeah, I don't know how to get in on that kind of stuff either. I know you mention it an awful lot. I don't know where to find more information, because I presume the kind of public-facing stuff is quite different. Was it Israel? There was a video. Oh, what was it? It's probably been deleted. What was the video? I'm sure like President Sunday and people like that were talking about it. What the fuck are these dungarees? What are you wearing? I still want to make like a... No, it was this. It was this. Hold up.
Ad. Most for content, by the way.
Like, I definitely think... Oh, you miss young Bob. Oh, that's a shame. I was going to ask you if you could milkshake him for me, but don't do that. I'll do it myself if I need to. He got curry thrown on him. That was quite funny. Not that I advocate for that kind of thing. You shouldn't do that. Who is that Emma that sometimes hangs out with Edge of the Mate? You don't mean Taylor, do you? The lady with the glasses that always wears like all the Kelly J. Keane merch. Tells everyone else they're in a cult, but looks like she's in a cult herself. That's Taylor. She seems fucking rancid, to be honest.
Fire. Talking about...
Yeah, the thing with like... I feel like people like Philosophy Tube like constantly hint towards like radical politics and stuff like that, but never actually really say much of anything. And then on the odd occasions where they do come out and say something, it shows that they're actually very much the opposite. And they're like this person is like lib at best. They're possibly like right of me, and I'm not really a leftist. You know, I'm not really very far left.
Palestine and Israel in ways that don't seem emancipatory, and the left is taking on. And
oh fuck, no, Emma E speaks freely. I've made fun of her a bunch of times. I know who you mean now. Yeah, sorry. E speaks freely. That's who you're thinking of. Sorry, I'm on like 3 layers of fucking tangents here. I'm so sorry. E speaks freely is this person here. She's a rightoid, like, independent journalist. Sorry, you can't see me. I was doing air quote. Yeah, this person's a fucking moron. She showed up to that gym protest. Made an absolute fucking twat out of herself. Someone put a sign in her face, and she got really fucking pissed off at it. Yeah, this person is like far right, fucking mental. Yeah, that's who you're thinking of, though.
being really shitty to her online.
Oh, she went to Islington, Wagwan.
There's also, unrelated, for years, a running joke that PhilosophyTube just fucking can't help but copy and fast follow everything ContraPoints does.
This is a bigger topic than we...
Yeah, that is a point, actually. ContraPoints was kind of pushing back against some of the pro-Palestine stuff. And it's not that I don't understand how, like, some of it is annoying. At the same time, it also kind of feeds in. You know, you've got people being blown to smithereens en masse. You know, not really able to mobilize themselves out or do much of anything. They're just, you know, victims of circumstance. It's like, oh, well, just fucking bomb the shit out of them because there's some disagreement between governments and shit like that that's got nothing to do with the people on the ground, really.
Have time to get into today, but PhilosophyTube's audience has a diversity of political views, and I'm sure some of you will be drawing parallels between...
This is so cucked. How much time this person has spent hinting at this kind of like radical, like kind of leftist thing, and this is what we get.
To get into today, but PhilosophyTube's audience has a diversity of political views, and I'm sure some of you will be drawing parallels between the process that the United States went through with American Indians and the process Israel has gone through with Palestinians since it was founded in 1948. Illegal settlements, crimes by settlers tolerated by government, American presidents saying they want to just move in and take over the land. Our question for today is, why is America the way that it is? And today, in America, many people are protesting the actions of the Israeli government. You may have heard people describe Israel as a settler colonial state or as genocidal, and these historical parallels are partly why they say that.
This is a person who just wants to keep their fucking acting gig. That's what this person is.
I am aware that Israeli scholars have their responses.
Into being a radical, do all the radical aesthetics, all this like bad drag they do on their channel. Look how radical and crazy and different I am. And then when it comes down to it, here's the most middle of the road fucking shit ever. Please don't stop hiring me for fucking Star Wars and all that other shit.
But the US and Israel are not the only countries to instantiate this pattern, or something very close to it, and that a proper treatment of this subject would need to be done at length with due concern for the global rise in anti-Semitic hate crime that we've seen over the last few years. Again, much bigger topic than we have time to get into today. However, it would be kind of weird if I didn't point out the fact that whilst history may not repeat itself, it sure does fucking rhyme.
Oh yeah, but you get the F word in there, you know. You get the F word in there. Make sure we know that. You know, I'm like fucking edgy and down with the kids and shit.
It's fucking cowardly.
America was founded through settler colonialism and genocide. Like, just as a factual description, that is what happened. If anything, the fact that people like Jefferson wouldn't have thought of it that way makes it more important to acknowledge. It's a really vital lesson from history.
I can't remember why I was looking at this. This person's a fucking cock. They're also on the fucking list of bougie pricks that shouldn't be speaking for us, to be quite honest. Oh, we were on this tangent. Jesus fucking Christ. We were on like 3 different fucking tangents. Yeah, this is what I mean. This person was already successful, well-connected, all this kind of shit, had been a crossy for fucking years. Now they come out as trans. Less than a month later, they're a transgender ambassador. They're going on a big night out to some gala evening. Some rich person shit that the average fucking trans person that came out at the age of 25 or whatever shit will never get fucking close to, and which does nothing for those people. And that seems to be what they do in general. Recently received some Internet Gay Award. I do need to... Maybe another stream I need to do needs to be on just a whole bunch of these like award ceremony things. I don't know. When was the last time one of them got up at an award ceremony and actually said anything of fucking note? Actually got to the heart of why trans people struggle, you know? It was this one.
And Martin, at the time, was a member of that group, and I stayed with the
So thank you so much, both of you, for witnessing and helping me through this.
And yeah, transgender ambassador. This was what, 3 months? 3 months after coming out, doing the whole thing on the internet as out in the open as possible. The Grey Zone actually uncovered Philosophy Tube working with shady intelligence. Hang on, let me just have a very quick look, because I'm already like, at least I'm not in a mood anymore. Hang on. Also, I think my first stream title is confusing people. I just put that I was going to be put on a list because I was doing research into like Girl Guides shit and it looked Nazi. That's the only reason. The Grey Zone. I don't think I'm seeing anything. They have MI5 connection. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not seeing that. Listen, if anyone has anything worth looking at, please link it in my Discord. I need to stop getting distracted. Is my point becoming clear about this person yet? Am I making any fucking sense? I'm starting to worry. We were watching this like fucking half an hour ago. I can't even remember what we were saying. What she was saying, what this lady was saying, whenever we began tangenting, she was talking about her experience in India. And like, you've got, you know, trans people there tend to be not very well off, tend to be like fighting for scraps, you know, not much money, not much power, having to take shitty jobs, including begging, including sex work and shit like that. We're talking about LGBTQ plus activism when, compared to the trans people in that country, the gay people there are much more well off and much more powerful. The kind of people that are probably the ones doing most of the activism. And I'm guessing this person feels that it's self-serving. It doesn't really work for those trans people that are in need. And it's not really about uplifting those people that are struggling and forced to get into sex work and shit like that. I do feel similarly in a way, but I think that it's different kinds of trans people that you see this with in the UK, or in the West rather, where you've got the ones that are very, you know, they came into trans already successful, already rich, they can afford to get whatever the fuck they want done, and within a few years their transition is complete. Meanwhile, most of us that haven't had careers beforehand and haven't been successful and don't already have all our shit, haven't benefited from a long life of male privilege. Having our own kids, having our families, doing everything, living the dream, and then transitioning and getting everything easily. And inserting ourselves as activists. Like, those are the people running a lot of the shit. They're the ones pushing a lot of the shit. And it's not really doing much to actually help a lot of the people at the bottom, you know. India's Hijra, that's probably what she's talking about. Maybe, hang on. What I'll do, I'll go back a bunch and we'll make sure that we understand what's going on, because I have tangented very hard. I do appreciate it.
Their predominant mode of survival is begging and sex work. Now, if you take this and compare... Absolutely. I'm just taking one...
No back and forth.
I'm taking one constituency and trying to highlight the power relations. And therefore, their predominant mode of survival is begging...
Yeah, no, she was talking about trans people here. So maybe, like, historically, this was like Hijra. And maybe Hijra and trans kind of blend into each other these days. I'm not sure.
and sex work.
I'm not Indian, surprisingly.
Now, if you take this and compare it with the upwardly mobile gay constituency that I spoke about, they have compounded privileges. Of course, their sexuality is...
Yeah, this is exactly how I feel about these kinds of trans people. I think the same kind of dynamic she's describing is what I'm seeing with these kinds of trans people, if that makes sense.
What they face marginalization at. But many of them also have a cisgender privilege, which allows them to navigate the homophobic world. Now, the former is facing necropolitics. Their demands are essentially about transformative social justice. It's about employment. It's about healthcare. It's about education. It's about safety. And if you look
at... this is what the people are wanting. This is what the people at the bottom need.
Their demands of the latter constituency, it's more of homonormative, it's more about the liberal frame, it's adoption and marriage rights. And therefore, their differential lived reality is also reflected in the differential politics.
So like we're lumping in a group of people that are more likely to be like homeless, unemployed, all this kind of shit. We're lumping them in with people that are campaigning for things like gay rights, like gay marriage and stuff. There's kind of a difference in needs, but the ones we're always hearing from are the ones that are far more privileged, I think is the basic point. I do actually feel what she's saying, to be honest.
The former talks about class politics. It is the counter-public with the critical consciousness. The latter, on the other hand, is completely co-opted by neoliberal capitalism. It is what absolutely...
Yeah, we talk about co-opted by neoliberal capitalism. And we were talking about like this award ceremony this person was swanning around at with that fucking Fox Fish at fucking Bell End. Complaining about fucking Virgin Airlines upper class having a woman sat near him wearing a adult human female t-shirt. So this was sponsored by HSBC, is that right? Oh, thank you, Bishi. I'll have a look at that. Yeah, there you go. The HSBC UK winner of the positive role model for LGBT. We're talking about like some of the gay rights shit being kind of captured by like, you know, neoliberal capitalism. Isn't that kind of what this is? This is what I mean. So like trans people are able to get in on this. Maybe it's different. Like assuming what she's saying is more of an India specific thing. Trans people, in some cases, do have a lot more privilege in the UK. But they're kind of folding into the same thing, where it then becomes, okay, well, if you play your cards right as a trans person, you could be the HSBC UK winner of the Positive Role Model Award for LGBT. Do you know what I mean? It's like... I do actually really get what she's saying, to be honest. And I think we're a bit better in that some trans people can enjoy the same shit as she's saying that gay rights activists in India can, relative to trans rights activists. But it's the same shallow fucking shit, where what we're hearing about constantly is extremely privileged shit, such as my fucking middle class fucking transgender daughter can't join the fucking Girl Guides anymore. Okay, plenty of the other ones are fucking homeless or can't get a fucking job or whatever the fuck else, you know what I mean? So I'm very slowly starting to make like the tiniest amount of sense with this, which I'm glad, because I need to somehow translate this into a video, which I really don't want to be insanely long. I feel like my Helen Webley video was way too long, and that was 40 minutes, which apparently for videos these days is actually quite short. I really don't want this to be like this insane fucking monolith or megalith or whatever of information. But I don't know. I'm glad I came back to that. I didn't really pick up much from this. I think I was more just listening the first time around. And the more I thought about some of the shit that I heard, it's like there's something here. You know what I mean? Something is being said here that is actually kind of important, I think.
Depoliticized constituency, co-opted by consumerism. They are the consumer citizens, and more so the flag bearers of rainbow capitalism. So I think the failure...
Yeah, rainbow capitalism. HSBC winner of the Positive Role Model Award for LGBT. I think, I don't know, like... I'm not sure how to put this. I didn't always mind like rainbow capitalism. I guess I still don't in some ways. Because it was kind of like, well, you're seeing a lot of like gay shit on business windows and stuff every Pride Month. To an extent, it is kind of a display to the people that this is just kind of something that is a lot more acceptable now. But then at the same time, it seems to have kind of died down because it's not as popular as it used to be. But I don't know, the thing is, last Pride Month, I don't think I went to the city centre like once. And where I live, it's like, it's not necessarily the kind of area you expect there to be as much of that kind of shit, because there's a lot of like foreign businesses and stuff. But I feel like it has, like in hindsight, it was, as much as in a way it's kind of showing that things have changed a little bit. And that, you know, whether you like it or not, like LGBT people just are more ingrained into society. And that's how it should be. And people should understand that, I guess. In hindsight, it is quite performative and goes with the tides like everything else, you know? So you can't really rely on it, I guess. I do kind of agree with that kind of criticism. You can't really rely on like capitalism or whatever. Because if it's not popular and it's not selling anymore, then it's gonna drop it. And there needs to be stuff to kind of catch it, you know? You can't really rely on that kind of shit. You can't really rely on fucking HSBC. They're just there to look good, you know what I mean? They're just there. Well, you know, we're an inclusive business. We sponsored Katie Neves to win some shitty award where she bitched about people being mean to her on the internet. You know? How meaningful is it, I guess?
Of the moment at this.
And the thing is, if they're doing this and they're no longer putting like a fucking rainbow flag in their window, then it's kind of that they're almost doing it behind the scenes now, you know? It is just lip service to a bunch of rich pricks that don't speak for us anyway. And, well, they do but shouldn't, you know?
Point, and this is something the transgender community in India is saying, that we no longer want to belong to this construct, stems from the marginalization of the interests of the most marginalized within this construct. And that's where the politics of solidarity also fails. And this also tells us that we need to go back to the origins of the Stonewall Uprising, where it was actually the trans women of color. So Marsha Johnson and Sylvia Rivera who stood there and fought.
Like, this was a bit of an F because I'm pretty sure Marsha P. Johnson wasn't trans, and she and Sylvia Rivera showed up like hours after it had begun. But you know, the overall thing I appreciate. So I'll let her off, you know.
So I'm not hopeless about the activism. It has done a lot in many countries, legally, socially. But
yeah, that's the other thing. You can acknowledge that activism has brought an awful lot, whilst also saying now it seems ineffective. It seems like things have swung back, and it's not actually doing anything to change it. Like, the backswing isn't going to be stopped by shit like this, you know what I mean? Shit like this starts looking opulent and decadent and ridiculous, you know what I mean? Like, if someone like Katie Neves or fucking Fox Fisher wants me to take them seriously and wants me to accept these people as any kind of representation, the first thing they can fucking do is boycott these shitty events for the rest of their lives. Fuck that shit. Get rid of it. Don't fucking show up to another one. What the fuck? Like, look at this building. Look at everything about this. Like, you think about ordinary trans people. The most that any like ordinary trans person is gonna get when it comes to coming close to this kind of shit is working for some shitty fucking agency, going around serving additional fucking glasses of champagne and getting shouted at in the fucking back, you know. Sorry, I will have a quick look at this. Like, oh my god, I'm so surprised. Oh my god, it was me? I won? And then some fucking other one like, oh my god, you won. Fuck off. Go away. Forever. Not really, but just shut up.
For the rainbow in the truest sense to come out and shine on these fault lines, it should not and must not marginalize the interests of the most marginalized within the queer community. Thank you.
Yeah, so in general, I actually liked her speech a lot. There's a lot of stuff I agree with. I think we like Helen Weberly mentions the fucking. To give Helen Weberly some credit, she mentions like some of the economic struggles and mental health struggles and stuff like that. But then not a minute later, she's talking about things like girl guides. So to me, that suggests it's fucking lip service at best. Yeah, we know you're struggling. I, for one, am outraged that you can't join the girl. Who fucking cares about the girl guides, bro?
We see...
Oh yeah, and something about not being able to swim in a women's pond. Again, who cares? Who fucking cares? Is that really, in the grand scheme of things, what we need to be thinking about right now? Which fucking pond you can go in? If I want to go for a swim and they say, well, you have to go in with the blokes. Well, if I want to go for a swim, I'll just go in with the fucking blokes then. I ain't there to fucking socialize. I ain't there to make friends with fucking people. I'll just swim in the same fucking thing as some men. It's not the end of the fucking world. I'd rather have any kind of support for like my mental health issues than be allowed to swim in a fucking women's pool somewhere fucking 100 miles away from me in the first fucking place, you know?
Children, young girls who haven't got the luxury of...
Like, haven't got the luxury of having XX chromosomes and over... Like, fuck off with that shit, bro. You've had fucking periods. Fuck off with that shit.
Having
How am I getting outraged by that shit, man? Like, fuck me. I hate fucking Helen Weberly so much.
Sex chromosomes and ovaries, being told that they're not allowed to go in the girl guides. No, thank you.
Like, who cares? Why are we mentioning this? This is exactly the kind of thing. Like, ain't no fucking impoverished, mentally ill fucking trans people out there giving a fuck whether they can or can't enter the girl guides or whether their kids can or whatever. I think they probably want fucking healthcare. I think they probably want opportunities. I think they probably want to be able to fucking live their lives as normal people as much as possible. Anyway, I think that was it for this video. We'll watch this next. I want to see what real shit this person talks about in their disgusting fucking award speech.
The HSBC UK winner of the Positive Role Model Award for...
Noticed all the big culture war topics are about them having their femininity denied because they're not allowed access to spaces. Yeah, it's all ego shit, isn't it? That's the thing. I think the reason that people like this care about something like the Girl Guides thing or like certain spaces is that it reflects on their status as a woman, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Satu, now for following. Thank you. Yeah, I think it reflects on their like status as a woman. If you're saying that trans girls can't join the Girl Guide, what you're saying is, in some ways, trans women aren't actually women or shouldn't be treated as women in society. And I think a lot of that is like ego to these people. It doesn't directly affect them, but it reflects on how much of a woman they are. But it's all like ego shit. It doesn't actually fucking matter very much. And I don't know. I feel like I grew out of a lot of that shit. I stopped caring to what extent I am a woman. And just started fucking living. I think that's more important. It's just fucking living. And the advocacy should be about helping others do the same, not tiny fucking privileged as fuck things that a lot of these like particularly beaten down trans people aren't getting the opportunities to do in the first place, you know?
LGBT is not me, sadly. It is Casey.
Like, look at it. It makes me sick. It actually makes me fucking sick. How many homeless trans kids you could have housed for the money it costs to put all this fucking shit on? Go fuck yourself.
Transgender people and their families has brought a sense of hope and optimism to so many. Her positivity is in evidence, even when she's holding
Femininity invalidated. Yeah, I agree.
power to account, and that's what makes positivity is in evidence, even when she's
See people walking past in like crew. Like how much these people getting fucking paid. How much is this fucking guy getting paid? This fucking guy works for some shitty fucking agency getting fucking minimum wage. Having to get up at a ridiculous time in the morning. Probably lives miles and miles and miles away from this fucking place. Takes fucking an hour to get there and back. Like each. Minimum wage. Working for some manager that's never fucking seen his face before because it's agency. Manager with no fucking social skills because they don't need any because the staff is always changing, so they don't have to get to know anyone, so they don't have to treat anyone as a person because it doesn't fucking matter because then I'm going to see them again. Oh, it sucks. I've done jobs like this before. I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like.
And that's what makes Katie an outstanding role model.
Hi, I'm Peter, Chief Executive of Transit City. I just want to say,
Guy standing right here, probably working right now, probably one of the waiters. Stood there bored out of their mind for fucking hours and hours and hours, listening to this bougie shit going fucking on. Earning fuck all for it. Probably doing 3 jobs on top of this to afford their rent and all that shit. Like, fuck it. So, like, fuck it to hell, you know?
like, for example, Katie Leeds, the National Diversity Awards, say, hi, I'm Peter, Chief Executive of Transit City.
I don't know what Trans in the City is. They're obviously able to sponsor this fucking shite.
Say that, like, for example, Katie Leeds, the National Diversity Awards, Role Model Award. Katie does so much for trans and non-binary community.
Oh, trans people in business. Consultancy, sponsorship, training. It does seem like more, elevating trans and non-binary people in business. Not sure. It's always hard to tell what these things actually do. But they do like consultancy, they do training and stuff. They're getting paid basically to like lecture a bunch of people on how to be more inclusive. Like, fuck that shit. The fucking trans people that work for those companies that are paying God knows how much to get these people to tell them not to call someone who looks like a man but wants to be called a woman a he. How much is that doing for the employees there that already know this shit because they are that shit and might actually not exactly agree with what's being presented? But the person presenting is getting paid fucking shitloads and is more powerful. So what they say goes, not what you say, you know? I would have fucking, if my employer, like when I was a letting agent or whatever, if they'd have hired someone like fucking Katie Neves to explain how to treat fucking trans people, I would have fucking complained. If I had to hear about him fucking stealing his fucking sister's knickers, I would have fucking complained.
Fully deserves this recognition.
I cannot think of a better and more deserving recipient of this award. Katie is funny, she's compassionate, she's humble, she's knowledgeable.
Like, you know what? I could have given like this like fucking cocksucking. Who are any of these people? Fuck off, all of you. I could give like a presentation on like trans inclusion in like 10 seconds, you know? Just whatever your politics, whatever your political opinions, whatever you feel about fucking trans people, just maybe consider leaving that shit at home, showing up to work and doing the fucking job you're there to do and being professional to everyone. That's all that's required. That's all that matters. You think I'm a man? Cool. You don't need to have a conversation about it. And I'm not here to fucking impose that shit on you anyway. Just you know, it's not difficult. There's like cottage industry of like telling people, like, you know, lecturing businesses and shit. It's like gross to me. It's like it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money.
Has the biggest heart, and she has done more, not just for trans, but the entire
Oh my god. Icon. Yes! Fucking hell. I hate this. This is making my fucking blood boil.
Oh my god. Well, that was worth buying a new dress for, wasn't it? Suddenly I was stood outside with my mouth open and somebody posted a letter. The old ones. Right, okay. But through my social media videos, my training, speaking and presenting work with Cool to be Trans, I'm on a mission to show the world that trans people are not a threat.
I've never seen the Hunger Games, but I've heard, I understand there's like this whole thing about like all these like rich people swanning around in this kind of pretense of a rich society that's actually falling apart. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
We are just ordinary people who want to be happy. That's all.
We're ordinary. This person's so ordinary that they came out as trans and documented the entire thing. Went to BBC Radio Coventry and Warwickshire just to change their name. You ain't fucking ordinary, bro. You ain't fucking ordinary. Wrong video.
Although I can be quite scary. You scared, Claire? You should be. You should be. Like all publicly trans plus people, not a day goes by if I don't get called a paedophile, a predator, a groomer, a sex pest, or mentally ill on social media.
This is what I mean. The first thing you say is that people are mean to you on social media. Oh, hi, Harrio6488. I am good. Hope you're good. It's good to see you again.
Those vile messages increased significantly after delightful people such as J.K. Rowling, Graham Linehan, and other members of the gender-critical ideology movement tweet about me, write libelous articles about me, or talk about me on their venomous videos, amplified, of course, by the Daily Mail, The Sun, and all the trans-hostile UK media. However, that hate has been turned up to the max for all trans people after April the 16th this year, when the UK Supreme Court decided on the definition of sex and woman within the equality.
Like I said, what we're looking for is acknowledgement of shit that isn't just white people problems, that can't be solved by just not reading certain papers or logging the fuck off of Twitter. Why the fuck are you on Twitter if you're trans anyway? Fuck Elon Musk.
2010. However, our so-called Equality and Human Rights Commission decided to twist the knife by producing guidance which overreached the court judgment and recommended the segregation of trans plus people in same...
This is a complete lie. This is just not even fucking true. This is from ages ago. Just bullshitting.
...sex spaces with the aim of protecting women's spaces. The result? Well, the result is that vigilantes and overzealous officials now feel emboldened to challenge any woman who doesn't look female enough to fit their narrow view of what a woman should look like. So women are far less safe now. Trans hostiles feel they now have full permission to spew their bile in the mainstream media on social media, while Keir Starmer, Wes Streeting and Bridget Phillipson gleefully take away basic human rights from trans plus people.
Another complete lie. Like, basic human, like, we could be touching on something that actually matters, but we're just making stuff up. This person doesn't understand any of this shit. And here's the other thing, by the way. Of course they're talking about, like, online shit. They probably don't get almost any harassment, IRL, if any. I'd be willing to bet this person gets very little shit. And I don't either. I can't remember the last time someone mouthed off at me because I'm, like, weird looking or whatever. So of course they have to talk about, like, internet bullshit. As if it's, like, as if it fucking matters. And, like, maybe I should find it again. I do want to touch on this, because like I said, I really want to make something out of all this. But you can kind of tell that this person actually doesn't take much in the way of shit at all, and actually lives a probably quite easy life, IRL. Probably doesn't want for much, probably has a nice house and a nice car and all that shit. Doesn't really have to mix with, like, fucking shitters, like, ever. Doesn't, like, walk, like, half an hour each way to work. Walking past fucking alkies that'll call you all fucking shit. Walking past people driving in their fucking vans that'll shout nonsense at you for no fucking reason out of the van window. And then run away. Getting the train places and getting people who just fucking mouth off at you for no fucking reason. Whatever shit, you know, like... Because when this person does deal with any kind of shit IRL, they can't fucking handle it. And I know this because I've seen it. By the way, this guy is a fucking shitter. This is the kind of person that posts constant, like, stories about brown people doing, like, rapes and, like, assaults and stuff. Clearly only gives a fuck about crimes when brown people do it. You know, I don't like this person. At the same time, if you're this trans advocate, you should be able to handle shitters like this. This fucking Katie Neves person can't fucking hack it. Probably because they just don't get any shit in their day-to-day life. They're rich, they're privileged, they don't have to deal with that shit. They didn't work in a fucking Weatherspoon at the start of their transition. You know what that did? That fucking toughened me up. If some shitter like this guy approached me the way that he approached this Katie Neves person, there is no way on earth I would be behaving the way that this person does. Do you know why? It's because they never have to deal with this kind of shit. Because they're fucking privileged as fuck. That's why. That's fucking why. You can tell. all the shit they get is on the internet and doesn't fucking matter.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. What are we doing here today?
Oh, so this is a trans rights protest today, just against the Supreme Court ruling this week.
The Supreme Court ruling was what?
Basically, there were 5 cisgender, so that's non-trans judges, made a judgment to say that the definition of sex purely within the Equality Act 2010 was defined by the sex one is assigned at birth. And so it rides roughshod over all trans people, particularly trans women. But what it also does, they said that sex was binary, which is actually biologically wrong, because then that ignored all intersex people, and 1.7% of people in the UK all over the world are intersex. And so it was actually completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
Yes, totally. Yeah. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Not Online.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
sorry.
Yeah.
No. Just said that.
No, of course. No, of course.
The funny part is she assumes this is some kind of like news outlet. It's just a guy with a channel called Knots Online. So later it'll be like, I don't think you're even from Knots Online. It's like, well, no, he is. This is his channel. What are you fucking saying?
I mean, obviously, if there are issues with people, not recognising people's rights to define themselves however they want, that's understandable, because people do matter, whether you're trans or anything at all.
Absolutely.
I think that the ruling was in retrospect to the women's spaces, because obviously, when somebody decides to be another gender, okay.
Nobody decides that.
Well, some people do.
No, they don't. They don't decide that.
How do you know?
No, you're born. How do you know? Are you a man? Are you a man?
Why are you asking me?
You're not born trans, by the way. I don't believe that whatsoever.
No. Are you a man?
Why do I have to quantify?
No. You're asking me questions. You decided up to me.
You haven't answered them.
No.
Trans ambassador gets this tilted at this utter moron. This guy's so fucking dumb. How are you getting this tilted as a fucking ambassador? What are you doing?
All right. Well, it's an innate. It's this feeling inside you that how how male or how female.
How do you quantify that?
But how do you know that you're? I'm assuming you're a man because you're asking this.
How do you know? My gender.
Okay.
Please do not assume my gender. First of all.
Okay. How do you know
what
gender?
Why did you assume my gender?
No, but how? Okay.
Why did you assume my gender?
Okay, because you're asking these questions and you're being very defensive about this. So
I'm not being defensive.
Okay. So how do you know what gender?
Why did you assume my gender, please?
So how do you know what gender you are?
By my genitalia.
By your genitalia?
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. So, but that's not actually right. So,
in your opinion. Why are you forcing it upon me, though?
I'm not forcing it on you.
Can I not define my own version of gender? I'm asking you.
No.
Can I not enforce my own version of genderism?
No.
Why not?
Look, it's something.
Why can't I define what I am?
It's something.
But you can define what you are.
It's something that's inside you that you just know. Okay. And I tried to be the man that I thought society wanted me to be. For 48 years, I tried to be, and I
tried to be a man that society wanted me to be. I had a family and kids and made loads of money and connections. Oh, woe is me. Fuck off.
Against it, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't live like that any longer.
When you were born, how did you define yourself?
When I was born, I didn't define myself as anything because I was a baby and I didn't.
That was a retarded question.
And it's only as I grew up that right from my earliest memories, age 3 or 4, I've always felt female. But I fought against it because of what society told me. And I had something called gender dysphoria, which is a mismatch between how you feel in your head and the heart.
No, of course. I understand the issue completely.
No, well, you don't. You don't.
I understand.
Because you're being very hostile.
No, I'm not being hostile at all.
You are. I don't believe you're from Knots Online, frankly.
I am. Honestly, I am.
No, I don't believe you.
There it is. I don't believe you're from Knots Online. It's just a YouTube channel, bro. It's a fucking YouTube channel.
I am.
You're being very hostile.
Next, someone's going to tell me, I don't believe you're from the Mary Chew, actually.
You're in public. It's a public place. Basically, so what I'm trying to ask you is that obviously your personal journey. I appreciate that you've been through whatever you've been through to get to where you are now. In terms of women's spaces, that's irrelevant to their rights.
So what do you think is going to happen now? How do you think these women's spaces can be policed? Just tell me how they can be policed. Policed.
Why do they need to be policed?
How? So if you're saying you're protecting,
I do not want you to have any discomfort in public if you need the bathroom.
Okay.
I don't want you to feel like you have to explain yourself.
Okay.
But unfortunately,
so
people also have rights. You're not the only person in the world who has rights.
Okay. So where do you think I should go to pee?
Pardon?
Where do you think I should go to go to the loo?
Wherever you feel comfortable.
Okay, I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable using the ladies' loos.
Okay. And would you mind it if it made other people feel uncomfortable? Would you care about those other people?
Well, it doesn't make other people feel uncomfortable.
How do you know?
Because whenever I've gone to the loo,
if there was somebody there who was uncomfortable with you doing it, would you then do something to accommodate their feelings?
I would just go into a cubicle. Basically, there's cubicles in ladies' loos.
If somebody felt, sorry to interrupt. If somebody felt like you were, offending them in any kind of way, or you were upsetting them, or they felt that they were, they felt threatened in any kind of way by you or me. If it was me going to the toilet, just the way I am, if I went into a female toilet, okay, and somebody questioned me, I would not mind them questioning me because of their own needs, because they have rights. If somebody questioned you, would you take it offensively?
Okay. What about trans men? There are lots of trans men who look very similar to you, very similar to
Of
you.
course.
And where do you think they should go to have a pee?
It's a great question.
Yeah, where should they go?
We do need to find a solution.
Okay, and what
But the
about
solution needs to have flexibility.
And what about
Where's the flexibility on your
and
side?
what about cisgender?
No, I'm asking you a question. Do you have any flexibility?
Let me answer the question then.
What's the question?
Okay.
What's the question?
So what about, there are lots of cisgender, so that's non-trans women who have got a very masculine appearance, such as butch lesbians. There are lots of them. Okay, and what we're finding now is that they are being questioned when they use the ladies' loos. Yes, when they use it, and this is going to happen. This is going to happen more. So basically, it's being policed.
I don't think this has even happened more. Like, how many cases have we heard of someone being like confronted in a toilet? The only one I can think of in this country is that woman from that gym. Like, it does happen, but it's not become this like epidemic. And in general, the hope is that people won't challenge people in the toilet. If they have a problem, they'll speak to the establishment, because that's what they should do, you know?
It's the look police, okay? What's wrong with just having gender-neutral loos everywhere because they're just cubicles? Excuse me, let me finish. As long as the cubicles, all right, the partition.
It's absolutely embarrassing. Like I said, this guy's an idiot. I hope it's clear. I think this guy's a fucking idiot. But like, you put yourself out there as this trans ambassador. Make an absolute swat out of yourself. It just goes on and on. But I don't know. I guess I've made my point. And then eventually this happened.
Why did you come that close to me?
Like, probably hurting his ear. Probably constitutes assault. Don't know how this person didn't get in any trouble for this shit. It's just nuts. This is my point. You can tell that this person doesn't actually deal with like adversity in their real life when it comes to being trans, like almost ever. Because you don't act this way when like challenged on extremely basic shit by some utter pillock with a camera. If you've dealt with this shit and if you're seasoned when it comes to talking to people that have kind of dumb opinions around like trans or don't think the same way as you. Like they can't fucking hack it. It's bizarre. Like that's not like representation. This was quite a few months. It was like a year ago. I've shown it several times because, but to be honest, because a bunch of shitters insisted on making me double down on my Katie Neves takes by being offended on her behalf.
Gleefully take away basic human rights from trans plus people.
And this is just lip service. This is an attempt to be like, oh yeah, we see those of you that are less fortunate than us. No, you fucking don't. Go fuck yourself.
Day after day after day. And trans plus people are scared right now. Really scared. Half are too frightened to step out the front door, while the other half have to do a risk assessment before going anywhere in public. And when
okay, so I'm being excluded because I don't do either of those things. I just leave my fucking house if I need to. You know, if I need to buy some stuff because I'm cooking something, I just go out. I just fucking go out. I don't get any shit for it. I put my headphones in. I go down the street, I go to the fucking shop, and I buy what I need to. I don't really get any shit. The problems that I have when it comes to leaving my house and nothing to do with me being trans is not actually that bad. Like, this person is like scaremongering, I think.
When they do,
like you're suggesting it's like rational to think this way. It's not rational to think this way. It's not rational for a trans person to think they're going to get assaulted if they go literally anywhere. That's not rational at all. And you shouldn't encourage that thought pattern. Because as many people as possible should feel like they can leave their fucking house.
they deliberately dehydrate themselves for fear of having to use the loo. Multiple legal challenges to the Supreme Court's misjudgment have already been launched, which I'm confident will...
Yeah, more fucking bougie dipshit activism challenging the Supreme Court. What's that got to do with uplifting trans people out of poverty? What's that got to do with helping more trans people access NHS care? The Supreme Court judgment. Fucking... what is this idiot's name? Good Law Project. It's more like bougie shit that you're doing because you can't do fuck all about the real shit. You don't even want to talk about the real shit. You want to talk about your personal invalidation of being a woman by the Supreme Court. Who fucking cares, bro? You're fucking rich. You're fucking sorted. Your life is fucking easy if you want it to be. Most of the rest of us aren't that fucking lucky. So who fucking cares listening to this shit out your mouth? Aside from other bougie pricks that get to show up to this shit.
Multiple legal challenges to the Supreme Court's misjudgment have already been launched, which I'm confident will eventually overturn this cruel ruling, as it clashes with so many other existing laws. But that will take time, and huge damage.
Not a legal expert in any way, by the way.
Has been done in the meantime. So I want to give some hope to any trans plus people hearing.
Now that I've made you as scared as possible, irrationally, I'm gonna also swoop in and provide the solution. Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
This dark time will pass.
I agree there. Cut the fucking head off, and maybe it will pass. Until then, ain't no fucking chance.
Most people...
But thank you so much, HSBC, for sponsoring this.
are lovely people who don't want to offend. In real life, I've been overwhelmingly accepted and loved for who I really am. I'm a
Okay, so your life isn't that difficult then.
proud, gobby, transgender lesbian, and since I've been living my truth, I couldn't be happier. So, thank you, National Diversity Awards. I dedicate this award to all the frightened, trans, non-binary and intersex people, as well as masculine presenting non-trans women who are currently petrified. We all deserve better than this. Trans rights are human rights.
Makes me fucking sick. I think this person has done a lot of speeches and stuff. I need to, that's something I need to do, I think. Like, not just this person. I know I'm picking on one particular person, but it's just an easy target because I know this person does the kind of shit that I have such a problem with. I need to find more people that do these kind of speeches at these events and see how often they're speaking to real shit. My guess is you get people who are a lot less well off, who probably do speak to some real things. But then you get an awful lot of these kinds of people. The ones with the money and shit. The ones with the power. And I bet they ain't got fuck all to say for the most part.
Afterwards at the awful Supreme... Hello, Gender Funky Nottingham! Hello, give us some noise, come on! Thank you. Well, what an amazing turnout today. Fantastic. Wow, amazing. Now, it's been a really, really tough year for us all, and it still is. But what I want to do is...
Well, when you live as a trans woman, you still are who you are, because you are who you are all the time, I guess. They just feel it more encapsulates who they feel they are. But you're always you. Everyone is always themselves. You're not actually being yourself more. You're being, I guess, who you want to be more. And you could say that's the same thing, I'm not sure.
Say there is a bit of hope. There's some chinks of hope just coming, just a little chinks of light just coming through. Because...
That's racist.
Afterwards at the awful Supreme Court ruling, and that even worse, EHRC interim guidance, they actually obviously must have just consulted a...
Is that weird dog girl from Twit? Looks like him. I'm sure this is the same person that my band once did a gig with.
Lawyer, and they actually realised, oh, actually it was illegal.
Not my band now, one of my old bands. This was a long time ago. They weren't trans then.
What they've actually put out there.
Although talking over Katie Neve's speech, very based, very based. Maybe we're cool, you know.
And I think that we are going to see this unravel more and more and more. And I am actually confident that this will unravel and correct itself in the courts. However...
Hello, poor fucking wretches. Your life will get better, maybe. I'm going to go back to my expensive house now. Ciao.
That will take time. Unfortunately, these things don't happen quickly.
Your life's going to be shit for a while, actually, never mind. My life's great, though.
And in the meantime, a lot of damage has been done and continues to be done because of all the misinformation that's put out in the media and by Parliament, you know, by politicians of all colours. Apart from the Greens. The Greens have been pretty supportive, but the rest have been pretty rubbish.
Parliament? What in Parliament?
Yeah, so big up for the Greens. So I just want you to hold on to that.
Fuck the Green Party.
A little bit of hope that there is there and it will happen. But in the meantime, I think something that we can all do is to just try and change a few hearts and minds. Because I think that's what's happening, is because we are seeing cisgender hearts and minds going over to the trans hostile people because they're believing all this rubbish that's being posted out in the social media, on the social media and in the mainstream hostile media. It's awful. And they're believing it. And so I think don't underestimate the power of storytelling. Storytelling is really, really essential. And if you feel able, what would be great would be if you could all just be just that little bit more visible, because most people have never met a trans person. Well, they've never knowingly met a trans person. They will have met hundreds, but most of them, they won't have known that they were trans. But great would be if you can all just be just that little bit more visible, because most people have never met a trans person. Well, they've never knowingly met a trans person. They will have met hundreds, but most...
Hundreds? Okay, man.
And they won't have known that they were trans. And so it's very easy for us to be othered by, if the media put all this rubbish out about us. So it's much, so it's really easy for them to say, oh yeah, these nasty trans people, they're a danger to women and all the rest of it. Well, if you can actually just show, well, two things. When I tell my story, there's two things two main messages that I give out to people. One is that no one chooses to be trans.
Yes, they do.
It's not a choice. It's not a lifestyle choice. I lived for 48 years pretending to be a man, struggling with my gender, and it was like...
That doesn't mean you didn't choose to be trans. You did choose to be trans because of the way you felt.
Two people fighting inside of me until I just couldn't go on.
Likely, Matt. Yeah, this person just talks utter bollocks. And swans around award ceremonies, sponsored by fucking Bang. And then goes back to their fucking posh-looking fucking house. Ain't doing fuck all. Sorry about it. Go lecture some more businesses. How to talk to trans, how to treat trans people. Talking about stealing your sister's underwear, all this like weird crossy shit.
Any longer like it. And so 7.5 years ago, I finally admitted to myself that I'm a transgender woman and that I need to do something about it. And it's been a hell of a journey, and I've had a lot of losses along the way, but I'm so much happier now.
Admitting I'm a transgender, so this person was always female, this person was always trans. I actually think it's a very dangerous mindset to say that it's just something that is true of you. But it can only be true of you whilst it is true of you now, you know what I mean? This person detransitions one day, they were never trans. Suddenly. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
If I can just share a little bit of personal news.
Like, that's the other thing. They're pushing a model of trans that makes no fucking sense. But because these people have so much reach and so much power and so much ability to stand in front of people, this person has far fewer subscribers than me, but that doesn't count for much. They can spew all this shit that plenty of other trans people listen to, and like that just isn't true. That's just complete bollocks. But these are the ones that are shaping like the rhetoric. These are the ones that people listen to.
I actually had my lower surgery in just 13 days' time. I'm absolutely bricking it, but I'm very excited too. So this is the only...
You'll probably never get surgery, or you'll be waiting 20 fucking years on the NHS. I'm getting mine done soon though. Yay.
Trans pride that I'll be able to get.
Where did they get it done? I wonder. I don't know if they were NHS. They were probably private.
Well.
Yeah, I don't know. They say where they got it done. Happy Fanny Day, wow. I think it's going to say where they got it done. Oh! They got it done at the same hospital I did, wow, amazing. I guess the timeline makes sense if they came out in 2018. They might have had it done, although it's a private hospital. They might have had it done on the NHS, I'm not sure.
This year, because I will be otherwise engaged. I'll be sticking things up me regularly.
Oh no, they're only able to do one speech this year.
Oh, too much information, sorry. Okay, never mind. So that's one thing, is that no one chooses to be trans.
Yes, they do.
The other thing...
I chose to be trans, fuck you.
...is just to show them that trans people are just ordinary people who want to be happy. And that's all it is. We are just boringly ordinary people who've just had extraordinary journeys in order to be happy.
But where they got it done is a private hospital, but it's somewhere the NHS uses, so it's a coin flip.
We have lots of other things going on in our lives. Lots of other...
Like, it's weird. You get some that just fast track themselves and get it done in fucking Thailand or whatever shit. Get it done privately. You get others like Philosophy Tube or whatever insist on using the NHS so they can fucking Karen up about it.
And all sorts of things. And
even though they can afford to go private,
What you need to do is show them that joy, okay? And show them the joy it brings of being authentic and living authentic.
I wonder if my room was the same one that Katie Neves was in. I wonder. That's weird to think about, man.
Authentic life, and then you'll be surprised at how many people then come around and think, oh yeah, trans people are okay, really. So hearts and minds need to be one, and that's something that we can all do if you feel able to, but please do. Anyway.
Never been seen in 2020. Yeah, it's crazy now. This person came out in 2018. So it's possible? I'm not sure. It would maybe make sense on the NHS. And I think, like, if you were referred in 2020, maybe that's when it, like, skyrocketed even more. Because, like, when I came out, it was right on the cusp, like, 2015. I got seen for the first time in, like, 10 months. And I think if I'd have waited much longer, it would have been, like, so much longer away.
Would you like to just do a little bit of chanting before I go? I'm glad you said that. Trans rights are human rights!
Oh, fuck off. Supreme Court, who actually cares? If you're freaking out about the Supreme Court decision, then you need actual problems. I'm sorry. It's just nothing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. This was the trans rights protest. I think this is the same one that they made a twat out of themselves with this Knots Online guy. I think this is the same event.
Hello, Gender Funky Nottingham! That was exciting, wasn't it? Hands up if you were crying this week. Hands up if you felt bewildered this week. Hands up if you felt lost this week. And hands up if you are fucking angry this week! We can do this. You have to be strong to be gender funky. It's a difficult journey. It's a really difficult
Gender funky. Oh god.
journey. I came out as trans 7 years ago, very publicly. And I continue to be public, and I will continue to be public all while there's a need to be public. And every day on my social media...
There is no need for this person to be public, by the way. This person could just go about their fucking life and shut the fuck up. If they wanted to. They have that luxury.
I get called a sex pest, a groomer, a paedophile, mentally ill. And guess what? These are the names that gay men...
On the internet. Didn't say on the internet this time, did you? Didn't say on the internet this time, did you?
And every day on my social media...
Oh, no, he did. On my social medias. This is the same as the award ceremony speech. Just this time he's mixing with the shitters, I guess.
I get called a sex pest, a groomer, a paedophile, mentally ill. And guess what? These are the names that gay men were being called 50 years ago. Yeah. So we need more solidarity from gay men. But what also we need is we need more solidarity from cisgender.
I think this like solidarity shit has become like an aesthetic almost, hasn't it? It's become it's incredibly easy to do. It's incredibly easy to give the appearance of. And incredibly rewarding to give the appearance of, because a lot of these kinds of people are stupid enough to buy it from pretty much anyone. Or desperate enough. It seems like solidarity seems like a manipulation tactic at this point.
The women.
Like, why do you think someone like Helen Weberly amplifies like the trans genocide and all this shit? So she can show solidarity, so that people feel like she's got their back and she's on their side and stuff. But it's bollocks. It's bullshit. It's so easy to manipulate people by pretending that you're showing solidarity. But like, solidarity for what? Being pissed off about the Supreme Court? Who fucking cares about that? Why not actually fucking help some people?
To stand up and say that they are happy for trans women to be in their space. I urge you all to reach out to every cisgender woman that you know and implore her to stand up for us. Because the thing is that what this ruling means is that any woman, whether they're cis or trans, whoever they are, if they've got a more masculine appearance, they're going to face more hate.
This hasn't borne out, but okay. And has happened a little bit to an extent. for a very long fucking time.
I know it's happening, yeah. And more, but I wouldn't mind betting that a lot of those people who are popping champagne corks on the steps of the Supreme Court, they'll be questioned when they usually lose. I wouldn't mind betting that at all.
I bet it's not happened to any of those people, and it's been well over a year.
I hope so too. I'd like to be there.
I hope so too. Wow.
When that happens. I'd like to talk a little bit about the Supreme Court ruling, because it was totally unjust. It was 5 cisgender judges, and they only heard half the evidence.
That's completely retarded.
They heard evidence from lots of anti-trans hate groups, but they didn't hear from a single trans person.
Bro, they were represented by the Scottish government, you fucking retard. This person has no understanding of any of this shit. But they can say this because it panders to these people. And unfortunately, plenty of these people are dumb enough to accept it. It's so fucking annoying, bro. And how many of these people consider themselves like fucking leftist, far in excess of someone like me, listening to this privileged as fuck rich person pander to ever-loving fuck to them whilst doing nothing and not giving a fuck?
That is unjust. And there's a movement by
No, it's not.
the Good Law Project, who are absolutely wonderful,
No, they're fucking idiots.
to take this and challenge it in the European Court of Human Rights. But they need money.
Yeah, this is not what trans people need. We don't need the fucking Supreme Court decision to be taken to the HRC. Trans people need like opportunity and help with like mental health and help with like fucking transitioning, where it's very difficult at the moment. All of this shit is fucking meaningless and useless. And if you're that worried about this shit, you probably don't have enough problems in your life.
Money. So I urge you, if you can spare, whatever you can spare, if you could donate some money to Good Law Project.
Yeah, it's all just fucking words. It's all just pandering. It's all just lip service. This person don't give a fuck. Their life's fine. Doesn't fucking matter.
And encourage as many people as you know to donate to them. They are on our side and they are trying to help us, so let's help them to help us.
Yeah, my fellow bougie fucking activist fuckwits are on your side. Fucking suck them off, please. Jesus fucking Christ.
Would you like to finish
Cut its fucking head off already.
with a little bit of chanting?
Oh, we know what's good. This is gonna be. Trans rights are human rights. We're here, we're queer. When trans rights are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. No one cares, bro. This is going to be all of it, isn't it? This person just says nonsense. And because it sounds right and because it panders, people are impressed by it. I was on the telly this week, wow. You're an ordinary trans person. That's why you're on TV. That's why you stand up on a stage like this with this fucking, your name in fucking massive light. This one's like almost 50 minutes long. Inspirational speaking. Going on about tweet. The Women's Award. Another fucking disgusting display of bullshit. Outstanding female LGBTQIA plus champion East Midlands. Do these people not know what the word female means? Was the male one won by a trans man? I bet it fucking wasn't.
Congratulations. Just tell us
fucking massive as well. Jesus.
How much this award means to you.
This means so much. I mean, in an ideal world, there wouldn't be a place for someone like me doing what I'm doing. But there is so much anti-trans rhetoric at the moment and so much hate. And hate speech leads to hate acts. And so we see it in the media and in Parliament we're seeing a lot of it. And the trouble is, and that is the reason why
Same fucking thing. It's just the same speech over and over.
Trans hate crime has increased by 56%.
Reported trans hate crime. What's a trans hate crime? It could mean a large array of things.
Last year. And what I'd like to do is to appeal to everyone here to be...
I've probably experienced plenty of hate crimes that have just fucking glanced off me. Didn't even fucking notice. That's how meaningless all this shit is. Yeah, it's just whining. It's just whining from someone who has it fucking sorted. It's disgusting to me.
be an ally to trans people, because we're not a threat to anybody. We are just boringly ordinary people who've had extraordinary journeys.
Yeah, do you know who these people are least of all a threat to? Like, any kind of change. Any kind of... What am I trying to say? They ain't threatening none of the shit that makes life difficult for trans people. They're kind of helping it in a way. They're just like pacifying people.
In order to be happy. So please be an ally to us and stand up for transphobia whenever you see it.
So who's Sanru Publishing? That was my chair, I didn't know. This one says it's small and independent. I'd have to look up. I'm sure I could find plenty of like all this kind of shit. I bet there's some like serious fucking corporate money behind this kind of shit. Unsung hero, why? Because they stand up and do the same speech over and over that says nothing, means nothing, and changes nothing. It's like MLM shit. I bet I could find speeches from some fucking MLM fucking shitter talking to all these fucking single mothers trying to make a bit of money and stressing themselves out and pissing all their friends off in the meantime. Well, you know, it's difficult now, but one day it'll all be great. One day everything will be great. It's like, fuck off, bro. This is your fucking fault. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. BBC Radio Leicester interview. More BBC Radio interview. Bougie as fuck. Don't know what Disrupt HR is. It's Descostang. What was this one? Okay, here's another one. NatWest British LGBT Awards 2018. Oh, it's rancid. It's fucking rancid.
I want to say, first of all, actually, that as a politician, I want to apologise for all the shit that some of you have been receiving by the delay of the Conservative government for the Gender Recognition Act and not amending it soon enough.
Yep, I'm sure this made any fucking difference to anyone's lives in reality.
I know it's not a political statement or a political stage, but I want to say I apologise.
It's almost like Abigail Thorne coded. Well, I know it's not like political or anything. Not that we're trying to get political. Not that we're trying to rock the boat in any. Like, oh my god, go away. Just stop.
On behalf of the Conservative government, although I'm Labour. And just to let you know that we are fighting for you, and I'm a proud ally of the...
Oh, wait, Credit Suisse. I'm guessing this is, Senior Director. What is Credit Suisse? An investment bank. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we've got NatWest sponsoring an LGBT award being won by an investment banker who is gender fluid and non-binary.
The LGBTQI plus community. Good. And I wear that badge.
Wait, who else is there?
Community. Good. And
are these the... I don't know if these are the, yeah, they must be. That's Pip's once there. I'm sure these are all fucking privileged fucking...
And I wear that badge badge with immense pride. So, the pioneering winner is a shining example of what it means to be a role model. They have changed the landscape within the workplace around what it means to be gender fluid and have empowered others to have the strength to be themselves.
What does that even mean? Is this how they blow smoke up their own asses? Well, I'm an incredibly rich person who came out as gender fluid in my workplace, so I empowered others. Who did you empower? What the fuck are you talking about?
The judges have decided the winner of the
Rich people buying karma. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
LGBTQI+ inspirational leader is...
Don't forget Nat West.
Come on, drum roll. Build the tension in the credit swear! The inspiration leader is Pips Buns Credit Swear!
Why the fuck is it playing Evanescence? Looks absolutely... Bro, how are you this fucking rich and you look like this? That's the worst part. They all look like shit. How are you... Oh my god, man. How are you this wealthy? How are you a fucking investment banker? And this is the best you can do. Bro. I look better than this.
Well, how do I follow that? I am absolutely devastated, amazed, enthralled, totally unexpected, but most of all humbled. Humbled because there's so many amazing people here that I know have made such a difference between LGBTQIPSSAIL. So many identities. Humbled because there's so many amazing people here that I know have made such a difference between LGBTQIPSSAIL. So many identities. And I know that everyone here is making such a difference to make the world a more inclusive place.
The guy that sometimes goes to work dressed up. Yeah, more or less. I don't know who this person has empowered, but apparently they have, so that's nice.
Thank you so much. I guess who I'd like to nominate this to is to my lovely wife.
There's so many like gender fluid people who are like, yeah, you know, what really helped was like, I saw this like investment banker who's like gender fluid, and that just like really like empowered me. It's like, no, come on.
My lovely children, to my lovely Credit Suisse ally working group, Table 45.
Yeah, was this 2018?
Because without them...
It's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. This has been going on for a really long time. And it has done nothing. It has done nothing for the kinds of people that they fucking grift to.
I wouldn't be empowered to come out at work as gender fluid and non-binary, and, you know, that was so very scary.
Yeah, he would have had to have just been a man at work making shit tons of money. How hard that would have been. Wow.
And some of the statistics we saw earlier, following on from Susie, having 75,000 people...
Susie Green, perchance? Wonder. Comments are turned off.
Will be bullied every year, young in the UK, not acceptable. Having 21,000 try to take their own lives, this is so wrong, right? So this is what we are changing.
This is so wrong, Smile. Fuck. Yeah, all those people that tried to kill themselves this year, that's so wrong, Smile.
Try to take their own lives, this...
God, bro.
Is so wrong.
Can't even hide it.
Having 21,000 try to take their own lives, this is so wrong.
God. Oh, it's actually crazy to me. Yeah, this really looks like someone that was just talking about people that tried to take their own life. Come on, man.
Right, so this is what we are changing, and I know all of you here are making a difference to improve that, so I'm just happy to be...
It is a parody. It is the parody.
Part of that, so thank you very much.
This is corporate fucking LGBT activism at its finest. It is parody. absolutely grotesque. Yeah, I'm rabbit holing really hard right now. We were talking about girl guides like ages ago. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I've got some notes down. But I guess I'm forming a picture in my head of what I want to make. Really, it's about, you know, it's the people pushing how terrible the girl guiding shit. It's your Helen Webberleys and your Katie Neveses. And it's not helping anyone. And these people aren't affected by any of this. I was kind of thinking about all that kind of luxury belief shit, and I guess that kind of ties into this. What this is. This one here. What the fuck is this already? Jesus Christ, bro. You were here in person for this? Oh my god.
Is it hot out here or is it just you? A few months ago, I was asked to speak at a ceremony honoring a transgender police officer.
Bougie.
And politely, I declined. Because honestly, what is the point? What are we trying to achieve here? That invitation came just...
Yeah, a trans person being a police officer trying to help push the needle away from like transphobia within the police force. Fuck that. Wow, amazing. Amazing.
A few weeks after we all saw the Metropolitan Police beat women at the Sarah Everard Vigil.
Oh. This is such cap. This whole thing, that whole thing was like engineered. The police were like baited into it. The police are not the people you should be blaming for the Sarah Everard shit. It's the fucking Hey Cuckoos and the fucking Will Coleshills and the fucking, what's her name? What's that fucking idiot's name? Patsy Stevenson's. That was meant to be a silent vigil. And a bunch of anti-lockdown fuckheads and opportunist grifter fucks like Patsy Stevenson, who just want attention, showed up to like turn it into a protest. Like, I can't believe this person is falling for this fucking now. I mean, I can actually. This Abigail Thorne is dumb as fucking rock. Like, geez, the problem is the video about this is like insanely long. Ooh. Sorry, I just need to save something. I love shitty debate, so I'm gonna... Did I save this to watch later? Because I do very much want to watch that as well. But I don't have time today because I need to stop soon. Oh, is the video here about it as well? Where is it? Fuck. Why can't I... I am gonna be angry as fuck if this video is gone. Because this guy here... This guy did a really, really good video about the Sarah Everard Vigil, this fascist beware guy. Like, he talked a lot about like anti-lockdown people. So I found a bunch of info about that Will Coleshill from this guy, and I included it in my video, which got nowhere near enough likes, views or whatever. Because it was a fucking good video, and I'm annoyed that it only got like 800 views. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this Hey Cuckoo person was one of the ones that showed up. He started doing this speech, riling people up. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This video is really fucking good. If you want to understand what actually happened with this vigil that turned into like a protest and ended up with like women being arrested, one of whom was that Patsy Stevenson who literally showed up to encourage the crowd to get violent and then got arrested, like wasn't even involved, just showed up for a fucking photo op, was seen, I'm pretty sure, hanging around with some of these people in the lead up to it. Like this video here, you can see the title, you can see the channel. This was a really, really fucking good video. And it only got like 5,000 views or so. It deserves more. Really good. But yeah, fucking like someone like Abigail Thorne is gonna fall for all the fucking Patsy Stevenson bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Look who seems so desperate. As the pandemonium intensifies, look who seems so desperate to get in on the action that she jumps the metal fence. The photo opportunity herself, Patsy Stevenson.
Yeah, all this shit's going on. Someone jumps in to get involved and then gets arrested, and we're treating them like a fucking victim. It's such fucking cap. Like, there was a lot of bullshit in like right-leaning media around this. Like blaming like some of these like women's groups for getting violent when it wasn't really them. They were like riled up by these anti-lockdown types. The left media on this was far fucking worse. I remember people talking about it on like Facebook, like people I knew, like back when I still had more friends that were like left-leaning, progressive and shit like that. It was all about this, like, oh, the police attacking women and shit. It was bullshit. If you've got a guy calling himself fascist beware who is telling you the police weren't the fucking problem, there might be a point here, you know what I'm saying? Someone like this probably is not very pro-police, can still fucking see the wood for the trees or whatever. It's such fucking cap. I can't believe this person said this. What absolute fucking bullshit. And she's doing the work. She's doing the work of these fucking anti-lockdown fuckheads. It's ridiculous. She's doing their work for them. Further riling people up against the police. That was the whole fucking... That was what Hey Cuckoo and shit like that were doing. That's what the whole point was. That's how they got them to start getting violent. That's how they got it to fucking kick off and bait the police into acting. But their shit wasn't about feminism. It was about anti-lockdown. Like this guy here. And most of these are not even fucking women. And now this dipshit was at fucking Trans Pride 2022. Doing the same shit. Oh, this speech was so powerful. This isn't powerful. This is dumb. This person is an idiot. This is so performative. And this is the same person who is now, like, playing lip service for fucking Israel.
Supports LGBT people to countries where they will be persecuted for being queer. Are we to believe that it would make a difference if there were more trans people working in the Home Office? No! Just last week, Labour leader Keir Starmer marched in the Pride Parade. Keir, I don't know if you're in the crowd today, babe. It's a lovely gesture, but I call on the Labour leader to go farther. What good does it do to perform that gesture when the Labour Party has nothing to say on intersex rights, non-binary recognition, very little to say...
Non-binary recognition. Yeah, that's what we need. We need the government to recognise non-binary. Yeah, that's really the peak issue of the day.
on self-ID? What good does that say?
Like, we wonder, it's so annoying as well, we wonder why so many trans people turn into over-radicalised fuckheads who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because we're listening to these people. Why are we still listening to these people? Why are we still listening to Katie Neves? Why are we still listening to fucking oh, I guess no one's listening to Abigail Thorne because she came out as fucking whatever the fuck. No one likes her anymore. What a shame. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
Jokes about trans women on talk radio.
Same person who was terrified of talking about politics to fucking Ash Sarkar, by the way. When was the Ash Sarkar thing? Jesus Christ. Hang on. I need to know now. When was this? 3 years ago. So in 2022, she was screaming about fuck the police and like spreading misinformation about like doing the anti-lockdown fuckheads fucking jobs for them. Screaming about fucking Keir Starmer not recognizing non-binary people. More bougie shit, by the way. More utter bullshit that doesn't matter right now. A year later, not even a year later, because I imagine Trans Pride was like summer, right? This was uploaded in July, so I'm guessing it was around then. Not even a year later, this person is terrified to discuss politics with Ash Sarkar. Very, very left-leaning person. Very amenable to basically anything this person wants to say. Seems almost like reverent of this person. And then like shocked when this person pussies out of any kind of discussion. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the part? Where is the part?
But my heart just goes under, although I know that's why
intro that I do at the top of the show. I'm not going to be like, I'm here with professional transgender Abigail Thorne, who has no other personality traits.
Oh god, yeah, there's a lot of pressure to do that,
She's trans full-time, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be, otherwise you can't get fucking healthcare in this country. Anyway, yeah, so my heart just kind of goes out to Dublin and hopes that she's okay. I'm sure she is. She's a good girl.
I mean, is there a
Oh my god, I can't find it now. Because they talk about like acting and stuff for like ages. And she's very happy and very open and very interested in this discussion. And then it gets on to like politics, and suddenly they like clam up. It's very strange. Oh, where is it? Where is it? It's so annoying. And it's with someone that like, if you're going to be able to talk to anyone about that kind of shit, it's someone like this. They're going to be pretty amenable to most things, unless you're pretending to be far less radical and far less left than you actually are, which it turns out this person was very much. Oh, the whole I'm just an actor. Oh, it was like fuck.
I guess I find it. I'm often very reluctant to sort of sit on high and say this is how society should be, because I don't see that as being my role. I'm an actor, and I'm somebody who like tells people about things that I learned at university. I'm.
This is the same person. I'm an actor. I just tell people about things I learned at university. This is the same person as this. What the fuck? It's so bizarre. How this person has a career is like beyond me. Like so blatantly full of shit. So terrified of talking to someone from the very demographic that she panders to, that being like left-leaners. That she wants to like listen to it. It's crazy. I really wish I could find it. There's a specific part. There's a specific part that is just fucking insane to me. Unless I need to scroll down. I'm going to be able to find it. I don't know, but you heard that, you know, this kind of, oh, suddenly I'm just an actor. Less than a year ago, doing this shit. It's crazy. It's fucking insane.
In my line of work in the acting acting industry, there is now more trans representation than ever. And don't get me wrong, that's a beautiful thing. It's wonderful that trans kids can have something to look up to, like I never did.
Yeah, trans people famously can only look up to other trans people. I do have a video on it, I just can't remember the specific part. I wonder if I put it in the... Did I put it in the intro? The thing is, I edited the fucking hell out of it because it was a really long segment. So it probably isn't great. Hang on. Did I put it in the intro? Let's see.
Well, what is a woman?
As a feminist and as a woman, I can log on to dating apps and do fairly well with men with whom I'm not interested, but...
Oh, well, I'm happy, you know. Men want to fuck me, like... That's like the most unfeminist...
From acting a little bit and getting into philosophy and politics.
Oh, okay. Alright, you're gonna have to deal with, like, double me for a sec, because I have it right here. So I started from the point where it started getting weird.
I love you, Mary.
Just moving away from acting a little bit and getting into philosophy and politics and YouTube. How would you describe your political philosophy?
Okay, I think this is where maybe we're starting to get interesting. We'll slow it down slightly.
I wouldn't.
What do you mean you wouldn't?
Oh my god. As if they don't talk about like politics and philosophy and shit all the time on their channel. Like really, bro.
I wouldn't describe it publicly.
I wouldn't describe it publicly. Sorry, I can't listen to myself. I'm gonna do my own head in. It's Google it. It's fucking gross. It just grosses me out so much. This is the same person less than a year ago from that screaming about like ACAB and stuff. Suddenly we're too scared to talk about our politics to Ash Sakar. I hope. Listen, I've made my point. I've made my point at this point. Fuck this person.
But if your school is allowed to dead name and misgender you, if your parents kick you out onto the street for being...
Okay, actual real thing. Being kicked out for being trans. Not good. Those people clearly need some help. Don't know what swanning around on the set of fucking Star Wars or whatever is going to do for them, but sure.
Trans. If your local shelter or your local housing authority won't let you in because you're trans, then really what good does it do if I...
There's the fake crying is like sending me.
Gail Thorne is on fucking television! The NHS are recruiting more of us to come on their feedback and consultation panels. Now, on the one hand, that is lovely. It's nice that they're listening. But they were told by the Women and Equality Select Committee in 2014 that the NHS is failing trans people. In 2017, they ran a consultation asking the community what we wanted. We told them we wanted an informed consent system, and they ignored it.
Okay, maybe it was unrealistic for an uninformed consent system.
Every year, I come here and I hear the names of more people who died on the waiting list. The people responsible for those deaths are not only still walking around free, they're cashing fat paychecks. What good does it do to get more feedback? How much more feedback do you need? There are more people here than ever before, I think. It is nice that people are starting to get the message, that the worm is beginning to turn. More and more people now are having conversations about equity and diversity and inclusion. But there's a word missing from that, and the word is justice. The police talk about diversity.
Oh, it's the police again, wow.
So they don't have to use words like abolition. The NHS uses the word
Abolishing the police is fucking dumb.
inclusion and listening, so they don't have to use words.
If you really cared about all the policing shit, why wouldn't you, like, you know, whatever the shit was with like some trans police officer or something? Why wouldn't you want your foot in the door there? Actually affect some change. Instead you do some performative thing like, oh, well, I'm ACAB, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stand up at Pride and pretend to give a fuck so I can swan away to my fucking acting jobs later on and pretend that I never said any of this. Wow.
It's like investigations and resignation. In my opinion, and it is just my opinion, the answer to transphobia is not more conversations, it isn't civil debate, it's not listening and compassion, and it's not even representation. The answer is those same two words that I said to Pride last year and that I have said every day since trans.
Actually, I'm gonna be sick. Trans power. Fuck you. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, you fucking loser. Trans power. Get everyone to raise their fists and go back to their fucking shitty lives whilst you fucking go back to the set of fucking Star Wars. Fuck you, bro. This is the most performative fucking shit ever. And you know it is because you know what happened to this person. You know where they ended up. You know what their actual content was really about. Gross. And nowadays, Philosophy Tube reveals a new acting role. Wow, wow. It's easy to be ACAB when you can afford to live in a secure gated community. That is true. To be fair, this person insisted on like living in the middle of London and complained about like being poor when they made fucking shit tons on YouTube. I'm sure Philosophy Tube was the one that they announced going on rent strike despite probably earning more than their fucking landlord and encouraged others to do the same during COVID, a time when YouTube was like the most profitable fucking thing ever, a time when you don't have to fucking go anywhere because you can't go anywhere. You can just make a fucking shit ton of money at home. I fucking did well out of COVID. Like lockdown fucked me up like terribly, but I also made a lot of money because I wasn't traveling, wasn't buying food out like ever because I was stuck at home. Like working, still getting paid the same amount when my expenses have gone way down. This motherfucker's going on fucking rent strike. It's like embarrassing. God, she's so cool. I bet you don't think so nowadays. I bet you don't think so nowadays. They do all this shit. And then they just get absorbed into the machine. And then a few years later, they're playing apologetics for fucking Israel and shit. It's fucking gross. Fucking pussying out of any kind of real discussion. Not even a year later. Where was that same energy? It's so fucking crazy. You can see during this video how like put out this Ash Sarkar person starts getting. At how shit this person is at having a conversation. I really wish I could find it. I don't want to show it on my own video. It's like so annoying. I can't remember where it was. Anyone like timestamp it? There had to have been other people that watched this and thought it was fucking shocking. Anyone timestamp? Yeah, she said some really strange shit in this interview as well. It's easy to see how agitators can start a riot. Yep. And then idiots like this play apologetic for it. Yeah, I can't remember. Well, the thing is, they mention like politics and stuff, but that word comes in quite a few times because it's a politics podcast. I'm looking at the transcript, I just can't see it anywhere. But yeah, I don't know. Whenever these people are fucking radicals or whatever, it's all hollow. It's all just a bunch of shouting. It's all just trendy talking points like ACAB. It's all just yelling, fake crying. Stupid slogans like trans power, raising your fist. Isn't that like a black thing? But yeah, the point is this person is incredibly hollow. Whenever these people do put some pretense of being like activists who care about their people, they just get sucked into the machine. Yeah, I don't know. I need to stop in a sec anyway. I have a lot to think about. I really do need to make this into something where she doesn't really get frustrated. It's just that she asks about something that this person clearly has pretenses of being interested in and talks about a lot. And they just have nothing to say. And you can just kind of tell that she's a bit kind of... This isn't quite the conversation she hoped she would have, you know what I'm saying? And it's bizarre that, like, well, we know why someone like Philosophy Tube would be scared to get into politics much with someone like this. It's because she doesn't think what she says she thinks. It's because she doesn't think what she gives the impression of thinking, the appearance of thinking. There's like this kind of radical aesthetic over like the most centristy, libby kind of shit ever. But yeah, I don't know. I need to stop. I have a lot to think about. I don't want to go like insane, going over like person after person. But I need to do something. I need to find some way of expressing this, I guess. No, that's not Jamie Dodger's girlfriend. She's someone else. That's Ash Sakar. She's a left-wing journalist. Yeah, there was a King Critical video about this, which I actually thought was quite good. That's actually what tipped me off to this. That's why I watched this. That's why I know it exists. What was it I was talking about? I don't know. I was doing more gender critical shitheadery around that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think more. I probably have more stuff I need to watch. Maybe other people who also do this bougie pretense of activist shit. When it amounts to dumb as fuck, you know, sloganeering about whatever the current issue is. Whether it's ACAB, whether it's crying about trans girls not being in the Girl Guide. None of it helps anyone. None of it achieves anything. And then when it... I don't know why it opened. And then when it gets convenient, these people just fuck off anyway. Trans men getting invalidated again. Crazy. Anyway, I need to stop. I'll think more about it. I probably won't cover it again. I already made a video about it, and it probably sucks because I don't like my old stuff usually. But yeah, I need to stop now. I'll think more. Anyone who's also interested in this subject is welcome to message me with stuff that they find egregious in this way, by the way. I'm always interested in actually talking about shit with people. But yeah, lots to think about. I'll possibly stream. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow or not. I don't know what my plan is. I have a lot of thinking to do, like I said. A lot more research to do, and hopefully I'll make something out of this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going round and round. I love all of you. Have a good day.